be fine. If those blocks are in your way, you can always push them back. Put my iPad up there.
I saw that. That looks like you'll get a good angle.
Hopefully. Recording in a small room is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. All right, good morning and welcome. We're finding our comfortable seat. You may want to sit on something. You may want to sit on the earth. And as always, a block and maybe even a blanket is recommended if you feel so inclined to use some props in your practice. And so coming to your version of your comfortable seat, and close your eyes down once you get there. Growing long and tall in your spine, let your shoulders be soft. Soften your face, your neck, and your jaw. And gently tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Just feeling how those little fidgets, those little micro movements, if you will, really create length in your back body. And you're resting your hands wherever is comfortable. So I have mine in a mudra, Dhyana mudra, which is my favorite. It's a mudra of wisdom and clarity. And you may choose to adopt that mudra. So it's your right hand is facing up towards the sky. So back of the hand is in the lap, and then the top of the left hand rests in the right one, and then your thumbs touch together. But if that does not work for you, or you're not interested in visiting that mudra, feel free to just rest your hands wherever feels good. And then begin to tune in to the natural rhythms of your breath. And as you're tuning into your breath pattern, perhaps you'll feel it naturally deepen. So letting your inhales expand out through your belly. And then your exhales are going to let those areas fall back towards your back body. So our themes over the last couple of weeks and over the next several weeks are going to be surrounding our 7 main chakras. So chakra is a Sanskrit word for wheel or sphere. The 7 main chakras are located in our subtle body, so the energetic field around our physical body. And they run from the very base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. So a couple of weeks ago, we started with the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. Last week, we visited sacral chakra. So these are the lower 2 chakras. They begin our count from bottom to top. The Muladhara chakra is located at the base of the spine, and the Svadhisthana or sacral chakra is located in the area of the womb in females. And the bladder and that sort of area in males. So the area between your pubic bone and your belly button. And this week we visit the Manipura, the Solar Plexus Chakra. And this chakra is located in the very center of our abdomen. So somewhere in between the navel and our breasts, the bottom of our breasts. And so as you're ready, you're going to place one palm on top of this area. So right in the center of your belly, and then the other palm is going to rest on top of that one. And just breathe into this area. So this is the center of our being that represents willpower, confidence, and inner vitality. And so this area, or this chakra, is represented by the color yellow. Nice, bright yellow. The element is fire. So that translates into our practice being somewhat fiery. Usually my sequences are a little bit challenging and we build a little bit of heat. But this one has a little more. So we're going to really wake up this morning with this sequence. And so you have your palms resting here, and your attention is diverted to this area of your physical and subtle body. Imagine a bright yellow, maybe even sun, corresponding with our spinning wheel. So wheel or sphere, it translates from the word chakra. Just imagine this wheel spinning in a clockwise direction, uninhibited. So it's spinning without falter. It's just spinning at a rhythmic speed. And so our goal with opening up these chakras is to have them all spinning uninhibited. So our prana, or life force energy, can move at a steady speed through our chakras, from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. So from earth to sky. And so not only can we help to open the chakra if it's blocked by our physical practice, we can also just simply connect with it with our eyes closed and envision that it is spinning uninhibited. Envisioning that bright yellow light, bright yellow sunshiny light. And so another modality to help nurture this chakra is to eat yellow foods. So bananas, yellow squash. What are some other yellow foods? Those are the first ones that come to mind. Natural yellow. Lemons. Lemons is a great one. So you can nurture this chakra in other ways, and all of the other chakras, not just by physical movement. Take a deep breath in through the nose and feel your belly expand out from underneath of your palms. So feeling this area of this solar plexus chakra expand out. And then exhale, drawing these areas back toward your back body. You're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. You're going to release your palms back down, slowly flutter your eyes open. So we're going to start this morning with Kapalabhati breath. So that is a type of breath work that builds heat. And it builds heat specifically in your belly. So it's a forceful exhale, and then the inhale is passive. And when you do that repeatedly, as you let your belly out, once you exhale, the inhale just kind of happens automatically. It took me forever to figure that out. So I was forcefully trying to inhale and exhale, and it's rapid. So that doesn't work. You end up getting yourself all worn out really fast. So you want to build heat, but you don't want to wear yourself out. And if you don't get it to begin with, that's okay. We're going to practice a few rounds. So I encourage you to go home and look it up online and potentially practice it on your own if you don't get it. But this is great for turning on your digestive system, which is the area that this chakra corresponds with. So, and it's really great to do that first thing in the morning. So we are blessed to be able to be here early and be able to do that. We're going to turn our bodies on, wake our bodies up this morning. So as you do it, you will, so you're pressing your belly in, And you'll just do it until you can't anymore, and you'll know when you can't. You'll kind of run out of breath. That's at least what happens to me. So we're going to start with our eyes closed, and if you don't like having your eyes closed while you do this and you need to watch, feel free to do so. I love doing breath work with my eyes closed, so I will have my eyes closed. If it's doesn't work for you, if it's too uncomfortable, feel free to just sit and breathe naturally. That's okay too. All right, so we're going to close our eyes down, relax our shoulders once again. We'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. We'll inhale about halfway, and then we'll begin to pump. And once again, if something is not working for you, please feel free to release it and just breathe naturally. So you can take a deep inhale here in through the nose, expand out through your belly. And then exhale, draw your navel back towards your spine. We're going to do 3 rounds of this, and you're just going to go, like I said, as far as you can. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. So inhale to expand about halfway, and then we'll begin to pump. And when you've come to the point where you can no longer pump, you just relax. Just take a couple of natural breaths, and we're going to do that 2 more times. And once again, if it does not work for you, just feel free to sit, observe, and breathe naturally. Take a deep inhale here, in through the nose to expand. Exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale here, in through the nose. Exhale, releasing your navel back towards your spine. Inhale about halfway, and then we pump. And once you come to the point that you can no longer pump, release and relax. My throat is so dry this morning. Deepest inhale here, in through the nose. Exhale to release. Take another deep inhale here to expand. Exhale, release. Navel to spine. Last one, full deep inhale. Exhale to release. Last time for a Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. So inhale about halfway, and then begin to pump. And once you reach the end, just completely let go and exhale. Just come back to natural breath. No matter how little or how much of it you did, just feel the effects of this breath work on your physical and energetic fields. All right, slowly flutter your eyes open. Next inhale, we're going to circle the arms out and up. Reach the fingertips up high. Then as you exhale, seated side bend. So you're just going to come onto your right hand or forearm. Depends on how far you can lean over, and lean over to the right. Take a deep breath in. See if you can shrug that left shoulder down your back. And exhale. If you're up higher, maybe you can lean over a little further, and maybe not. That's okay. Take another deep inhale here, reaching through the left fingertips. And then exhale, we release and come back to center. Same other side. Inhale, circle the arms out and up, fingertips up high, gaze goes up. And then exhale, leaning over to your left. So you may come down on your forearm, you may not. That is okay. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. Take a deep inhale too. Shrug your right shoulder down your back. Shrug both shoulders down your back, actually. Exhale, perhaps you come a little more deeply into the side bend. Beautiful. Full deep inhale to expand or reach through the right fingertips. And then exhale to release. We come back to center. So we're going to do a little movement I have termed as circular cat-cows. So this really opens up through our midsection, which is our theme this week. So you're going to bring your hands back about mid-thigh. Mine always end up traveling forward as I'm doing this without me even knowing. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale forward and arc into your spine, and then exhale, draw a circle and round into your spine, and then you'll inhale back forward and arc, and then exhale and circle. And so we'll do several rounds in this direction. Inhaling to arc forward and around. Exhale to circle. Bring your chin in towards your chest as you round your spine. And then inhale, bring your chin forward as you arc. So that helps you get more deeply into it. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, arc forward and around. Exhale, round the spine. So once again, this does not have to be super deep to be effective. So if you don't feel like you're arcing or rounding enough, that's okay. If you're feeling that you're doing it. Inhale, arcing forward. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, arc forward. Exhale, back and around. Coming to center here. Growing long and tall in the spine as we inhale. And exhale to stay. Inhale, we arc forward. This time as we exhale, we reverse directions. So go the opposite way that you did to begin with. Inhale, arc forward. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, arc forward. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, we arc forward. Exhale, back and around. Inhale to arc. Exhale, back and around. Last time. Inhale, arc forward. Exhale, back and around. Come back to center. Grow long and tall in the spine. Then we remove our props. And we're going to meet in our Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Just moving your stuff out of the way. I recommend you keep at least one block towards the top of the mat. Press into your palms, curl into your toes, hinge into your hips to come into your triangle shape. Gripping your mat with your finger pads, perhaps you find some movement by pedaling your feet and your knees, shaking your head from side to side. Shaking your head yes and no. Coming back to center, back to stillness. Next, inhale, we bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up towards the sky, pressing into the earth. Then as you exhale, let your knees lower down to the ground. Nice and slow. And then we kick our feet off to the side and we end up coming into a seated position. I always have to baby my knees when I do that. I always have to baby my knees anyway. Come into a seated position. You're going to bend your knees. Soles of the feet are on the earth. and your feet are hip distance. Bring the flesh of the bum out from underneath of you. So we're going to come into boat pose for starters before we make our way down onto our back. And so boat pose is both legs lifted up off of the earth. As you come into it, I always have to lean back a little bit, but the goal of it is to keep your heart and this whole area nice and bright. So don't round into your spine. All right, bringing your hands behind your knees. This is an easier way to come into the posture. Next, inhale, you're going to bring the right shin up off of the earth. Exhale, left shin is going to meet the right. Keep your shoulders shrugged down your back and your heart nice and bright. Beautiful, ladies. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands and lay down on purpose, if you can. And if you need to go fast versus slow, that is okay. So we are waking up our core this morning. Palms are resting down by the hips. Bend your knees once again. Soles of the feet are on the earth. Tuck the tailbone up towards the belly button. Let the shoulders soften down the back. Bring your chin in toward your chest. I'm going to clasp all 10 fingers together. So releasing your hands from the earth, clasp your fingers together. So you've made a little basket with your hands. You're going to raise your head up and rest your head in your hands. So I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I used to love to lay in the yard and look at the clouds. And this was how I did it. I rested my head in my hands. So that's what this always makes me think of. And so we're going to come into some core work to open up and turn on this Manipura chakra, our theme this week. Next, inhale, raise the right foot up off of the earth. Right shin is parallel with the earth. Exhale, left foot and shin meet the right one. So as you're doing this core work, see if you can focus on keeping your knees directly in line with your hips. That's not easy, but it's very worth it and very effective. So next inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone up towards the belly button. So your knees are going to go straight up further towards the sky, and you'll feel how that already turns on your core. Exhale, we're going to raise our head and shoulders up off of the earth. Inhale, we're going to raise both of those areas a little higher. So hips, head and shoulders raise higher. Exhale, press your navel down into the earth. Inhale, raise both a little higher if you can. Keep knees directly over hips, shins parallel with the earth. And then exhale, release your head and shoulders back down. So those are the movements. They are small, but they are effective. Keeping your feet up off of the earth, knees over the hips. We're going to do 3 full rounds of 5. So 4 more in this round. Y'all have to let me know how your core feels tomorrow. Inhale, tuck the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. And if you get too tired, feel free to just release. Inhale, both of those areas raise a little higher. So hips, head, and shoulders. Exhale, press your navel down into the earth. Inhale, hips, head, and shoulders raise higher. Exhale, release your head and shoulders back down. Next, inhale, we raise the hips up towards the sky, keeping knees over hips. Exhale, head and shoulders raise. Inhale, raise both a little higher. Exhale, navel towards the spine. Inhale, hips, head, shoulders raise a little higher. Exhale, release head and shoulders back down. All right, 2 more of these. Inhale, 2, raise your hips up towards the sky. Exhale, head and shoulders raise. Inhale, raise both a little higher. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, see if you can raise up a little higher. Exhale, release head and shoulders back down to the earth. Last one for this round. Inhale, 2, tuck your tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, head and shoulders raise. Inhale, raise both a little higher. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, hips, head, and shoulders raise higher. Exhale, release everything back down to the earth. And windshield wiper your knees. And I have no idea why I said 3 rounds of 5, because regardless of the fact that that is a lot, that's not what I meant. I think I was thinking of the breath work. I'm not going to kill us this morning, I promise. So windshield wipering your knees here. I'm so used to doing it because when I do breath work and stuff, it's always 3 rounds of 5, so, or 3 rounds of 10. So I think that's why I said that. And breathing deep. So expanding out through your belly as you inhale as deeply as you can will help to counteract some of this tension that we just built up. Coming back to center, back to stillness. And we're going to release our hands from behind our head. And we're going to make our way up once again and then back to our downward facing dog. So pressing into the palms, gripping the mat with the finger pads. You guys will still have to let me know how your belly feels tomorrow, because even just those couple of rounds will make a difference. Pedaling your feet and knees once again. Take a deep breath into the nose. Exhale, navel to spine. Full the deepest inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center, back to stillness. Next inhale, you're going to press the earth away, look up in between your hands, and then as you exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Big toes can touch or feet can be hip distance. Next inhale, we're going to extend fingertips behind as we rise up to a flat back, keeping a bend in the knees if you need. And then exhale, you're going to let your nose fall down towards your knees. Uttanasana, forward fold. That's where that bend in the knees might come in handy. Placing your right fingertips right above the center of your feet, so where your toes are touching or in between. Next, inhale, bend into the right knee. Feel your heart open to the left. Left fingertips up towards the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Inhale, same other side. So place left fingertips, bend into left knee, right fingertips up high, heart peels open to the right. And then exhale, navel to spine, nose to knees to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out and up. Palms touch up top, arc into the spine, and then exhale, touching palms, land at heart center. Shoulders are down the back. Tailbone is tucked up towards the belly button. Pressing into the 4 corners of the feet. Spread out through the toes. We're going to do those little movements 2 more times. So inhale, pressed palms, rise up, arc into the spine. Nice bright heart and solar plexus chakra. Exhale, 2. Hinge at the hips and come into your forward fold, nose to knees. Inhale, extend fingertips behind, rise up to your Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, navel to spine, nose to knees. Next, inhale, place the right fingertips right in front of your feet on the mat, bend into the right knee. Feel your heart open to the left, left fingertips up high. And then exhale to release. Inhale, same other side, right fingertips up. And then exhale, release, nose to knees, navel to spine. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out and up, palms touch up top, arc into the spine, and then exhale, palms land at heart center. Last round for these little movements, and we'll do full sun salutations. Inhale, palms pressed, rise up, arc into the spine. Exhale to swan dive down into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise up halfway, fingertips float up behind you, and then exhale, nose to knees to fold. Inhale, plant your right fingertips in center in front of your feet. Feel your heart open to the left fingertips up high. And then exhale, same other side. Bend into the left knee, left fingertips down, right fingertips up. Inhale here, reach high through the right fingertips. And then exhale, we fold. So we're going to be in this fold for a couple of breaths. Perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows and sway side to side. Perhaps you shake your head, yes and no. Keeping your head and arms heavy, allowing gravity to do most or all of the work for you here. Coming back to center, back to stillness. Drop your hands down to dangle on the earth, chin in towards the chest, head and arms heavy. Spreading out once again through the toes, ground down through the four corners of the feet. Next, inhale, we rise up nice and slow, coming into our zombie raise. And then exhale, we meet in our Tadasana, mountain pose. Same, my shirt always rides up. It's because I've gained weight and I haven't changed my wardrobe. Inhale, circle the arms out and up, fingertips up high. Exhale, palms touch and travel down through heart center as we hinge at the hips to fold. This time we rest our palms on our shins as we rise up to our Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale two, plant your fingertips and step your right toes back, dropping your right knee down to the earth, remembering you can always pad under that right knee if necessary. Once you get there, inhale, float fingertips forward and up, torso stacks over the hips, dragging your right hip forward and left hip back, and then exhale, sink them down low, gaze up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, we circle the arms down and around, fingertips plant around the front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. So draw into that center, that bright fiery center of yours here. Exhale, we plant our palms. Bring your left knee and your right knee down to the earth. So we're going to do something a little different in our sun salutations this morning. And yes, feel free to pad under your knees. And then inhale, we rise up to stand on our knees, and exhale, let your shoulders melt down your back. So we're going to come into Ustrasana, not Navasana, that's boat pose. Ustrasana, which is camel pose, and so you're going to be arcing into your spine and leaning back. So you may or may not want to tuck your toes. That is up to you. If you tuck your toes, you'll get an extra stretch on the underside of your feet, which is always a great thing. I don't like doing it that way, but I recommend if you want to get that little stretch there. So next inhale, we're going to place the palms on the lower back. You may or may not want your fingers up. I like having mine up because it gives my wrists an extra stretch, but if you have wrist stuff going on, that might not work for you. So always feel free to modify. Feel free to put your fingers down towards the earth. Inhale, shrug the shoulders down the back, arc into the spine. The gaze goes up towards the sky. So this is a nice solar plexus chakra opening posture here. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in. Shrug the shoulders down the back. Perhaps you arc a little more deeply. Perhaps you don't. We have to be mindful of our lower back here as well. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, perhaps you release your hands and let them come to your heels. Perhaps you do not. Perhaps you let them hang behind you or keep them on your lower back. Take a deep breath in through the nose, breathing into your solar plexus chakra. And then exhale, we release. Come back through. Inhale, plant your palms on the earth. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. Press firmly into the palms. Tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. And then exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Chin in towards the chest. Inhale, we roll our bodies forward into our plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Beautiful. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and then chin. And then inhale, release the entire front side of the body. Peel your heart up for your Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Look up towards the sky. Excellent. Exhale, 2. Curl toes, hinge hips. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, we're going to float the right toes up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders squared as you do this. And then exhale, we round the spine, draw the right knee towards the nose, and step the right foot somehow. However you can get it there, in between your hands. It all works as long as we meet there. Dropping your left heel off towards the right back corner of the mat. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 posture. So inhale, let your fingertips float up towards the sky, coming all the way up. Exhale, sink down more deeply into that right knee. So hopefully your right knee is stacked over your right ankle, and hopefully you can see your right big toe. And if not, those are goals to work towards. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips, keeping the shoulders soft. Exhale, turn your pinkies towards each other. So that is the knife edges, the outside edges of your hands. Take a deep breath here in through the nose. Breath out, let your fingertips float down by your hips. Breath in, kick off of your back foot. So you are balancing on your right foot, left toes extended out behind for our airplane pose. Exhale to stay. Inhale to come into your half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So you're spinning your heart open to the left fingertips up high, and yes, that's what the block is for. It can be very helpful sometimes. Exhale to stay. Inhale, rise up a little higher. Beautiful work, ladies. Exhale as gracefully as you can. Left big toe meets the right. Inhale, we bend into our knees, raise our fingertips up high. Utkatasana, chair pose. Beautiful work. Exhale, sink your hips down even lower. Take a deep breath in, rise fingertips higher. Exhale, palms touch, straighten your legs. We rise up and meet in our Samastitihi. Pressing your tailbone gently forward, letting your shoulders be soft. All of that on the other side. So next, inhale, palms pressed. We rise them up towards the sky, arc into the spine. Exhale, swan dive down. Lead with your heart to come into your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Rising up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. And exhale, plant fingertips. Step your left toes back, dropping your left knee down to the earth. And pad if you need. Inhale, 2. Let your fingertips float forward and up. Stack your torso over your hips. And then exhale, drag your left hip forward, right hip back, and sink them down low. Gaze goes up towards the sky. The right knee is stacked over right ankle. Inhale, reach higher through the fingertips. Exhale, circle your arms down and around. Fingertips plant around your front foot. Inhale, 2. Straighten your back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Exhale, plant palms. Right knee meets the left on the earth. So we're going to set up for our Ustrasana, camel pose once again. So perhaps you pad underneath of your knees. Perhaps you curl your toes or leave them flat. That is yogi's choice. Hands hanging down by the hips. Gently tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Let your shoulders be soft. Next, inhale, we find the right placement for our hands on our lower spine. And then exhale, we lean back into our camel pose. Feeling the nice bright opening of our center, the center of our being, center for willpower and confidence. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, perhaps you arc a little more deeply, perhaps you don't. Take another deep breath in. Breath out, release both hands if you're coming with me and either let them hang or touch your heels. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, we release. We come back up, move through center, and we meet in our downward facing dog. Pressing into the four corners of the palms. Grip your mat with your finger pads. Tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Next, inhale, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. Exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Inhale, roll your body forward into your plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Drop your knees down right away if you need to. Exhale, we're actually going to drop knees, chest and chin, elbows close to the ribs. And then inhale, release the entire front side of your body down. Peel your heart up for your cobra pose, looking up towards the sky. Exhale to curl toes, hinge hips, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left toes float up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders squared. Beautiful work. Exhale to round the spine, drawing your left knee in towards your nose, shoulders over wrists. And however you can get it there, I always have to baby this side. Step your left foot in between your hands. Dropping your right heel off towards the left back corner on the mat. Inhale, we rise up for our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 posture. Exhale to sink your hips down low, bend into your left knee. So left knee stacked over left ankle, and hopefully you can see your left big toe. And once again, if you can't, those are goals to work towards. Inhale, reach higher through your fingertips. Exhale, turn your pinkies to face towards each other. So notice how that turns on different musculature areas in your arms. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, float your fingertips down by your hips. And then breath in, you transition to your airplane pose. This side is super wobbly for me. Exhale to stay and hang on to the wall. Inhale, we peel our heart open to the right. Right toes, right fingertips up high. Draw in towards your core. So towards that lovely solar plexus chakra that sometimes helps with balance. Sometimes not. Exhale as gracefully as you can. Right big toe meets the left. Inhale, sit down into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Exhale, hips sink down towards the earth. Inhale, reach a little higher through your fingertips. Exhale, pretend you're painting a wall with your palms, and nice and slow, you're going to straighten your legs and your nose comes down towards your knees to fold. So once again, we will be in this fold for a couple of breaths. Perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows. Shake your head, yes and no. Maybe even draw circles with your head. Fullest, deepest inhale here. Exhale, navel to spine. Deep breath in, feeling your solar plexus, your Manipura chakra expand out from underneath of you. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in here. And exhale. Coming back to center, back to stillness. If you're moving, release your arms down. Inhale, hands on the shins. We rise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. I think we have that little balancing transition in us one more time. Exhale, 2. Plant your fingertips and step your right foot back. We're setting up for a Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So that's where we're starting in this little balancing journey. So right heel faces the back left corner of the mat. Inhale, we rise up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, 2. Bend into your left knee. Sink your hips down towards the earth. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips. Exhale, pinkies face each other. Take another deep breath in. Breath out. Let your fingertips float down by your hips. Breath in. We transition, maybe, to our airplane pose. Breath out. We stay. Take a deep breath in. Coming into your half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So right fingertips, right toes up towards the sky. And then exhale, this time nice and slowly, we're going to transition to a seated twist. So you're going to bring the right knee in behind the left foot and come to have a seat. And if you're like me, you have knee stuff, feel free to straighten the bottom leg. These days, my hips really stay down on the earth better if I straighten that bottom leg. Bringing left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right fingertips float forward and up towards the sky. Gaze goes up. Exhale, twist to the left. So see if you can really twist from your core here, since that is our focus this week. Take a deep breath in, rise up through the crown of the head. So pretend you have that string that goes from the crown of the head all the way up to the heavens. Shoulders are down the back. And if your left elbow does not meet, your right elbow does not meet the outside of the left knee, feel free to hug, as you ladies are doing. That's great. Exhale, 2. Spin your gaze behind you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, we counter twist, opposite direction. 1 breath here. Right palm or fingertips rest behind. Left hand is on left leg. Inhale, 2. Extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, gaze goes behind you. All right, we are spinning forward, unwinding and releasing, and we're going to meet once again in our downward facing dog. We have one more side to do. We've got this, just one more time. Pressing into your palms. Let the tops of the shoulders come down and away from the ears. Next, inhale, we're going to float the right toes up towards the sky. Keeping the shoulders squared. Exhale, round the spine. Draw the right knee in towards the nose, shoulders over wrists. And however you can get it there, step your right foot in between your hands. Dropping your left heel off towards the right back corner of the mat. Inhale, we're going to come up and meet in our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 posture. Exhale, sink down deep into that right knee. Right knee stacked over right ankle. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips. Exhale, pinkies face each other. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, press into your core as you let your fingertips fall and make your way to your airplane pose. This side's a lot more sturdy for me. Notice the difference in sides. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, Ardha Chandrasana. So spinning your heart open to the left. Left fingertips, left toes go up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Rise everything higher if you can. Beautiful work, ladies. Breath out as gracefully as you can, nice and slow. Bend into your standing knee. And come all the way to have a seat. Left knee behind right foot. And once again, if straightening that bottom leg is what's best in your body, please do so. The right knee is up towards the sky, right fingertips come behind. Inhale, left fingertips float up high above your head. Reach them up towards the sky, gaze goes up. And then exhale, twist to the right. So perhaps your left elbow comes on the outside of the right knee. Perhaps you need to hug that right knee. It all works. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. Inhale, 2, extend out through the crown of the head, twisting from your core as much as you possibly can. Exhale, 2, bring your gaze behind you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, drawing your belly in toward your spine. Next breath in, we counter twist. So twist your torso in the opposite direction. That string on the crown of the head rises up towards the sky. And then exhale, we release, unwind, and just bounce your knees up and down here. Just so we release any of that stuff any of the tension that may have built up there. I'm going to spin around so I don't end up backwards. All right, so we're going to visit our Navasana, our boat pose once again. So bring the flesh of the bum out from underneath of you. Your spine is nice and long. Next inhale, you're going to bend the knees. Soles of the feet are on the earth. Exhale, keeping your spine nice and long, your chest nice and bright. You're going to raise the right shin up off of the earth. Inhale, left shin meets the right. Exhale, really draw the shoulders down the back. So feel how just this little bit of movement really turns on your core. Next, inhale. So you can keep your shins up, release your hands. Exhale to lay down on purpose. All right. I promise we're not doing 3 rounds of 5 times of core work. We're done with core work now. All right, so once you get onto your back, you're going to roll over onto your belly. Coming to lie on your belly. And we're going to set up for Sphinx pose. So elbows are under the shoulders, and you're going to press into your palms. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So see if you can press into all parts of the bottom parts of your hands. So this is a very simple pose. It's a passive but active pose. So keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears, press into your pubic bone, press into your toenails. And we're going to take 3 breaths right here. So inhale, expand out through your belly, that bright sunshiny center of willpower, confidence, and inner vitality. Exhale, release back down. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. So if you have the space in your lower spine, on your next inhale, you're going to press your palms just a little bit forward, and then exhale, straighten your arms. So coming all the way up. Not everybody has a space in their lower spine. So if your lower back is got some stuff going on, please feel free to stay in your traditional Sphinx pose. Inhale 2, extend out from the crown of the head, so that string that goes up to the heavens. Exhale 2, bring your right shoulder towards your left one, and your gaze comes over your left shoulder. You're going to be bending into your right elbow here. Inhale, we come back through center, extending out through the crown of the head. Exhale, same other side. So I find the most effective way to twist like this is to bend into the elbow, the opposite elbow. Inhale, we straighten and come back through center once again. Exhale, same other side. And then inhale back through center, extend out through the crown of the head, exhale, same other side. Inhale to straighten your arms once again, bend your knees. Exhale, release your hands and grab a hold of your ankles or your feet, or just reach back. If that does not feel good for you, you can always just keep your arms straightened and your legs bent. So this is our bow pose. Take a deep inhale here, in through the nose. Kick into your hands with your feet and gently pull on your feet with your hands. We can open up this chakra by pressing down through it as we're doing in these postures. And then exhale to release. Let one palm rest on top of the other. Forehead rests on your hands. Bend your knees once again and windshield wiper your feet here. So just letting them fall from side to side here. Breathing into the very center of your being. This is the very center where we face the world, so it is important to keep it as open as possible to foster the idea of willpower and confidence as we literally face the world here. Coming back to center, back to stillness, we're going to roll over once again onto our backs. And once you get there, coming all the way to your reclined position. Bring your knees and feet to touch together. Draw your knees toward your nose toward your knees. Wrap your hands around your shins. Inhale, giving yourself a nice big hug. Exhale, we release down into reclined Supta Baddha Konasana, so reclined butterfly pose. So you're bringing the soles of the feet to touch. The knees are out to the sides. If having your knees floating off of the earth, if they don't touch down, is uncomfortable for you, you can always place your blocks under your knees. Bringing one palm to rest on your belly and the other palm to rest on top of that one. Let your shoulders be soft. And breathing in to your Manipura, your solar plexus chakra. And taking a moment to come back to the visualization of the bright sunshine in this area, and this wheel that is spinning clockwise, uninhibited, with no bumps or hiccups. It's just spinning at a steady pace. Not too fast, not too slow. And just breathe into this area. I am powerful. I am confident. And I possess copious amounts of inner vitality. We are going to make our way now to our final Shavasana. Feel free to stay right where you are for your final Shavasana. Feel free to stretch out and use any props that might feel good to be nice and supportive. Releasing all of this work we just did down into the earth. And just rest. Every time your mind wanders, come back to full focus on your breath or on your third chakra. Slowly beginning once again to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles are great ways to gently reawaken your physical body. Begin to reawaken your physical body. Perhaps you windshield wiper your knees or your feet. Perhaps you take a long body stretch, reaching up through your fingers and pointing down through your toes, all before making your way back to your comfortable seat. Welcome back. All right, we are finishing as we started. So closing your eyes down once again and your version of your comfortable seat. Shoulders are soft, spine is long, chin and jaw are relaxed. And just noticing how you feel versus an hour ago. No judgments, just observations, just observe. And one last time, we're going to bring one palm to rest on our belly and the other palm to rest on top of that one. So the space right in the center of your torso, where your Manipura chakra, Solar Plexus Chakra is located. And just a quick moment to visualize that bright, sunny, spinning wheel. So it spins uninhibited. So as to help life force energy move from the very earth all the way up through the crown of your head, through your body. Physical and subtle body. Bring your palms now to touch at heart center. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Thank your body and your breath for this practice. Thank yourself for showing up. That is always half the battle. Bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. And in our shared collective offerings, we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.